This restaurant owner threw out this couple, but then he found out who they really were. Harold Thompson prided himself on the exclusivity of his upscale restaurant, Lame Elegant, located in a prestigious neighborhood known for its exquisite French cuisine and atmosphere of sophistication. It was a haven for the city's elite. Harold, in his early 60s, embodied the polished aura of his establishment. With silver hair and a perfectly tailored suit, he moved through the dining room with an air of absolute authority, ensuring that only a certain type of clientele graced its tables. One evening, as the soft glow of chandeliers illuminated the dining space, he saw a couple approaching the front door. Marcus and Olivia Daniels walked with elegance that matched even the finest patrons of his restaurant. Marcus was tall, dressed impeccably in a black suit, while Olivia's red dress flowed gracefully as she moved. Together, they exuded success and composure. But Harold's gaze narrowed. As the couple entered, his ingrained prejudices surfaced. "Good evening," he greeted them, a practiced smile barely masking his disapproval. "Do you have a reservation with us tonight?" "Yes, we do," Marcus replied warmly, returning the smile. "It's under the name Daniels." Harold nodded, though internally he felt a pang of irritation. He quickly signaled the maitre d' to check the legitimacy of their booking, hoping for a mistake. When the reservation was confirmed, his facade remained unwavering. "Right this way," he said, leading them to a table at the back near the kitchen doors, a notable departure from the central dining experience. As they settled, Marcus looked around. "It's a beautiful place," he remarked to Olivia. "It is," Olivia agreed, squeezing his hand lightly. She could sense an undercurrent of tension, but chose to focus on their special occasion. Harold, meanwhile, observed them from across the room, noting whispers and glances from other patrons. He chose to see this as confirmation that Marcus and Olivia's presence disrupted the equilibrium he so carefully maintained. As the evening unfolded, Harold instructed the staff to delay their service. When their appetizers finally arrived, Marcus looked up and thanked the waiter graciously, showing no sign of irritation. "They seem nice," the waiter quietly commented to Harold after serving another table. "But out of place," Harold retorted under his breath, unwilling to acknowledge their grace. Despite the microaggressions, Marcus and Olivia remained dignified, their demeanor refusing to give credence to Harold's biases. As the night wore on, Harold couldn't let it rest. He approached their table once more. "Mr. and Mrs. Daniels," he began, his tone smooth yet laced with condescension. "I trust you're enjoying your evening." "Very much so, thank you," Olivia replied, her voice calm and unwavering. "That's great to hear," Harold continued, unwilling to drop the matter. "May I ask, why our restaurant? It's usually frequented by a very specific kind of guest." "We heard about your reputation for excellence," Marcus responded, holding Harold's gaze with gentle steadiness. "We thought it would be perfect for our 10th anniversary." Harold's facade nearly slipped. "An anniversary indeed," he echoed, hiding his surprise. "Well, I hope we meet your expectations." "You already have," Marcus assured, his gratitude sounding genuine despite Harold's persistent insinuations. Unable to elicit the discomfort he sought, Harold returned to his post, his plan having backfired. Watching the couple bask in each other's company instead, he failed to see the irony that the disruption he felt was more about his own image than their presence. A few days later, Harold's routine business operations were interrupted by an official-looking envelope delivered to his desk. It bore the insignia of a law firm known for handling high-profile transactions. "Charles," Harold called to his assistant, curiosity curbing his impatience. "What's this about?" Charles shrugged. "It just came in, marked urgent. Thought you'd want to see it right away." Harold opened the letter, and as the words sank in, a slow smile spread across his face. It was an acquisition proposal for Lame Elegant, a lucrative offer from an undisclosed client, with a prompt private meeting arranged to discuss terms. When the day arrived, Harold strode into the law firm's opulent conference room. The panoramic city views embodied the power deals that occurred within these walls. He shook hands with the receptionist and was led to where the meeting would take place. Expecting a seasoned investor or a wealthy entrepreneur, Harold's anticipation was palpable. But as the doors opened and Marcus and Olivia Daniels entered, he froze, his practiced composure faltering. "Mr. Thompson," Marcus said smoothly, extending a hand. "Thank you for meeting with us." Stunned, Harold managed to respond. "Mr. and Mrs. Daniels, I didn't expect." "We're aware it's an unusual circumstance," Olivia interjected with poise. "Please, let's discuss the proposal." Regaining his bearings, Harold Harold sat across from them, surrounded by lawyers on each side. The couple who had seemingly disrupted his restaurant were now offering him a deal to buy it out. Marcus explained their position. "We've succeeded in the hospitality industry by recognizing potential and acting on it. Lame elegant intrigued us." After recounting an intention to acquire, Marcus added, "We see value here and are prepared to offer above market rate. But there are conditions." Olivia followed, her eyes meeting Harold's. "You must exit the business completely. No public involvement, no lingering connections." Harold's expression tightened. "Why so exclusive? I've built this legacy." "It's a new chapter," Marcus said, his tone firm. "One we believe reflects a broader vision." Their determination was unshakable. Harold's reputation for control and exclusivity crumbled under the weight of his own prejudice. "If I refuse," Harold attempted weakly. "We'd walk away," Olivia's composed reply echoed, "and the story would become public. A high-profile owner demonstrated prejudice and lost everything. Trapped." Harold acknowledged that his actions had returned to haunt him. "Fine," he said, resigned to their terms, signing away not just his business, but a part of himself. As Marcus and Olivia stood to leave, they extended their hands in farewell. "We'll take good care of it," Marcus assured him, a gentle yet inescapable truth. Harold nodded, recognizing that while the financial reward was substantial, the symbolic loss was immeasurable. Under new management, Lame Elegant prospered, becoming a symbol of inclusive luxury and modern success, flourishing where Harold's vision for exclusivity had faltered. In obscurity, Harold was left with his regrets, a spectator of the world he thought he controlled yet never truly understood.